Now the focus, especially locally, is on the coordinator jobs. Obviously, the Jets are still trying to figure out who their OC is going to be. And the Giants, after the kind of surprising hire of Todd Monken to Cleveland, are figuring out their offensive coordinator. So I saw this list of everyone that they've been associated with, the known candidates for the Giants OC job. And I'll go real quick in case you've missed a few of these or you're not aware of a few of these, and let me know your interest in any of these guys being the next offensive coordinator of the New York Giants and working very closely with Jaxson Dart. Now, I understand that for Tiki, Sean, and a lot of people in the audience, and I respect this, they will eventually say, it doesn't matter who the OC is, I trust John Harbaugh. And I totally get that. Like, I think John Harbaugh is in this rare, unique spot in New York sports where no matter what he does, he's earned our trust based on his resume. And I get it, and I accept that, and I respect it. But in this moment, they are still looking to hire an offensive coordinator. So be honest with me on these candidates. Are you ready?
Yes.
Kliff Kingsbury. Let's start with him.
I'd be okay with that. I don't know what went so wrong in Washington last year, but this is the one thing that I'm worried about. It's two really quick exits from places.
Yeah.
One is a head coach. That happens. You're first-time head coach. You're basically only coached in college. You come to the NFL. You get the Rookie of the Year in Kyler Murray. He's not working hard enough, as we all know. It derails your chance of being successful. You get fired. But he had the Rookie of the Year a year ago, and this year it just went to crap. And they kind of agreed to part ways, but it felt like it was more like them pushing him out.
I think they pushed him out, and I think my gut to the removal was, okay, maybe he has the kind of personality that only lasts for short periods of time.
Right.
But if you go through his resume, going back to college, like, okay, 4 years in Houston as the offensive quality control coach, offensive coordinator, and quarterback coach. Okay. He goes to Texas Tech, and he's there for 6.5 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not bad as the head coach.
Right.
I mean, that's a decent run. Then he goes to Arizona and gets a 4-year run with the Cardinals. Again, I think when you look at how long coaches tend to last, that's not terrible. He wasn't one and done.
Nope.
He goes back to college for a year before he takes the commander's job, and that's the job that you question. That's the, like, if we're being fair at his resume, I don't think he truly has a resume of quick hooks other than what just happened in Washington.
Yeah.
So to be fair to him, even though, yes, my assumption has been, maybe he's got the personality that doesn't last very long, his resume kind of tells you that it was really in one place.
Right.
And for whatever reason, the Commanders decided to make a lot of changes after last year's disappointing season. Like, they made a lot of coaching changes. Not the big coaching change, obviously. Dan Quinn is still there, but they changed their coordinator. So is that more indicative of the Commanders than it is Kliff Kingsbury? So long story short, I am scared off less in terms of his quick exits just based on going through his resume.
Yeah, I love his calling of the run game. I think Scadaboo and Tracy will thrive in a Kliff Kingsbury offense, so I'd be pumped up about that.
All right. Jim Bob Cooter, the Colts, who has the best name in football. I think we all agree. He's currently the Colts offensive coordinator. He interviewed for the Eagle job. I don't know if he got it or just didn't want it like everyone else.
And he was a Lions OC before camp.
Mm-hmm. He's good. I'll give him that. I don't know. It doesn't feel like what I want for Jaxson Dart, and I don't know why.
It's because of his name.
I think you're spot on. If his name was John Smith, do we think of him differently?
Or even Bobby Cooter. It's the Jim Bob. You know, you got stereotypes in your mind about Jim Bob. We all do.
You feel like you're already a running joke.
No, it's not even that. I don't know. I feel like I've heard his name a lot in different places over the last. What's his resume?
I got to go look that up. You want me to give you Jimmy Bob Cooter's resume? Yeah. I do love that name, though. If he ever becomes a head coach, by the way, as I was typing in, I wrote Jim Boob Cooter.
Yeah, he was, I got it right here, Broncos offensive assistant in 2013. Before then, he had some, Chiefs quality control. Lions quarterback coach for 2 years. Lions offensive coordinator for 3 years. Then came to the Jets, 1920 as their running back coach.
Under Adam Gase.
So he worked under Gase. 2021, an Eagles consultant. The pass game coordinator for the 2022 Jaguars.
Yeah, that was my gut. I feel like he's bounced around.
Yeah, and then the Colts since then.
So I almost think of him as a consultant who's there to fix something.
Did he help fix Daniel Jones, or was that all Steichen?
I mean, give him credit for that. Like, they had great success before he got hurt.
Probably both.
Yeah. You got to give him some credit for that.
100%. But I don't think Jaxson Dart needs to be fixed for anything.
Yeah.
I just think he needs to grow.
He also ruined Le'Veon Bell with the Jets. We don't want to blame him for that. He was the run game coordinator during the Adam Gase, Le'Veon Bell era. Alex Tanney, who's the Colts passing game coordinator. I remember him as a quarterback. Wasn't he a quarterback?
Yes, he was a Giants backup quarterback, and at that time, he was kept around on the Giants because people believed he would be the next big offensive coach, kind of like you would hear with Davis.
How about that? You got Alex
right?
Tanney?
Yes.
Yeah. Any interest in Alex Tanney?
Yeah, not really.
No.
He was ironically kept around to be a Daniel Jones coach and then coached him in Indy.
How about former Titans head coach Brian Callahan, who I now remember as the guy who didn't understand the rules of what's a catch and not a catch.
Right.
That's what I now think of him for.
Yeah.
His first time calling plays was as a head coach. Didn't even do it as an OC.
Right. And I don't know if he did it fully then.
He did, but he was sinking.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Broncos pass game coordinator Davis Webb, who obviously was also a draft pick of the Giants and was the name that we all wanted to see start when Eli Manning was benched as opposed to Geno Smith.
Nah.
Nah.
Not ready yet.
I'd be into him, but it looks like he's probably going to go back to the Broncos as their OC, and he's only famous for one thing with the Giants. The only person to ever throw a touchdown pass to Kenny Galladay in a Giant uniform.
Is that true?
Yes.
Damn. I don't think of him for that. I think of him as the young quarterback that we all wanted to see when Eli was benched. Hey, maybe we got something with this guy.
Yeah.
Chargers quarterbacks coach Shane Day.
Don't know enough about him.
I just know he looks really weird now and looked weirder before the beard. It freaks me out.
And finally, LSU offensive coordinator Charlie Weiss Jr., who has a history with Jackson.
Well, he's already said he's not. He's already.
Yeah, has he though?
Yeah, he said he's going to LSU.
He's done. He's
Oh,
back.
he's officially
he's off the list.
So if those are the names and there's no other surprise candidate, of those choices, who's your preference?
Kubiak.
Kubiak?
I mean, Kliff Kingsbury.
Oh.
I was like, is there another Kubiak?
Yeah,
now?
there is.
Well, where's he?
there is.
Clay. He's in Miami. No. He's a quarterback coach somewhere.
Oh, sign him up then.
Bring him in. What's your preference?
I mean, the one I know the most about is Kliff Kingsbury, so it kind of feels like a revert to that. But honestly, I would be into a swing on Alex Tanney.
Yeah, Kliff Kingsbury is my answer. And he's actually my answer for the Jets, even though he doesn't feel like that's somewhere Aaron Glenn is going. We've heard the names Darrell Bevell. We've heard the names Frank Reich. We've heard the name Greg Roman. Those are like the veteran names that the Jets are attached to. I would like Kliff Kingsbury, but I think this goes back to a point that you made a couple of days ago about Aaron Glenn, and that is he bringing someone in who feels like a threat?
Right.
And Kliff Kingsbury, because of his success in Arizona, would be a threat.
By the way, Clay Kubiak is the offensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers.
Bring him in.
You know what? That's not bad, but that's a lateral job. He's the OC, you said.
That's right.
But
and,
is he-
and
no,
he's
no,
not
no.
calling the plays.
Ah,
He's
that's
not calling
true.
the plays. You call the plays here. It's not a lateral job.
That is true.
But he is a Kubiak. They're a coaching family.
No, I get you, man. Why not? No, why not? Yeah, I like Kliff Kingsbury. I think he'd be a good choice. I just wonder, like, how serious the Giants and Jets would be with either guy. But here's what I know. It's February 2nd, and neither team has an OC. Long-term bet. Who hires an OC first, the Jets or Giants? Tiki Barber.
Giants.
Giants?
I think it's happening like today or tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Sean Morash.
Wow. Okay. I was going to go Jets because it just kind of feels like what they just did with their DC job is going to be like, we really have to get something in here. And I kind of get the vibe John Harbaugh wants to be really thorough.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's going to be the Jets first. I think it's Frank Reich. Isn't that what we basically all been told? Like, it's Frank Reich. They're just going through
Yeah,
the...
we heard that as this done deal Thursday, definitely happening Friday, and it's Monday.
That's true.
Right. Where is it?
That's a good point. What's going on? Is he getting cold feet? Is he realizing it's the Jets?
Or what am I doing? Who's your quarterback? Right, who's the talent?
Yeah. He Googled the Jets and realized, I don't want to go there.
What a goddamn disgrace.
No, I understand. Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Moses in Brentwood. What's up, Moses?
What's up, Moses?
Hey, what's up, Tiki? Have Morash.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tiki, remember after Barry Sanders, the Detroit Lions stunk for years,
Yes.
and finally they're there. The Jets are on the same trajectory. Sooner or later, we got to get good. Another question: would you throw Mike Tomlin the red carpet next year if Aaron Glenn stinks like his first year?
Yeah. But I don't think he would take the job.
I don't think Mike Tomlin's ready to.
What will you do, though? What will you do, Tiki, to lure Mike Tomlin next season?
Give him everything. I'd give him a blank check and ownership. I'd give him whatever the hell he wants. But I think that's what it would take. You would have to make such an obscene offer of power and money. But I just don't think Mike Tomlin is going to come back and run the Jets.
I don't either. I don't see it. I don't think he wants to coach right now. So it's as much as his name is going to be out there, just like Bill Cowher's name was out there for years after he retired at 49 years old. I don't think Mike Tomlin's ready to coach right now.
And I'll tell you something else. He mentioned we're the Lions. Do you know that the Jets' current playoff drought is longer than any drought the Detroit Lions had in the post-Super Bowl
That's
era?
crazy to think about.
Yeah. Well, it's true. I was going through it right now. It's like, okay, 1957 to 1970, even though that's not completely post-Super Bowl, it's a little bit of both. Well, that's only 13 years. Jets have beat that. 1970 to 1982, oh, that's only 12 years. Jets have beat that. 83 to 91, that's nothing. That's 8 years. No biggie. 99 to 2011, whatever, 12 years. It's nothing. So now, to the Lions, that's a lot of bad streaks. It's not just one bad one. But, yeah, the Jets are currently on an active playoff drought that's even worse than anything the Detroit Lions have seen. Let's go to Brian in Sleepy Hollow. What's up, Brian?
How's it going, guys?
Well.
Looking through the files this weekend, I had my fingers crossed that Woody's name would be in there. And
I know. I trust me. I have heard that from so many Jet fans. Like, I'm searching the Epstein files. Give me the smoking gun to get him out. Yeah, I've heard that.
But it leads me to think what exactly would need to happen to extract one of these guys. Kraft is they still throw him roses every time you see him on. Oh, here's the venerable Robert Kraft. Oh, after he had his little happy ending fun. But it's like different guys played by different rules. I know that Boomer on this station was saying that the guy in Detroit that called out his boyfriend was he called him a jackass. But how about his Mr. Trump now? That's all I got to say.
I think that you're right that every owner is kind of perceived differently. And I have a belief, I kind of agree with you, that Goodell would treat Robert Kraft different than maybe an owner that isn't viewed with the kind of...
Or it's not even Goodell. It's who's in charge of the committee.
That's good. Bob Kraft has a lot of power, so how would a committee then turn around and expel him from the league when he's kind of got everyone backing him?
Right, because there's committees that I think it's. I'm assuming it's just the ownership committee.
Right.
I don't know what the exact naming of it is, but that's likely what it is. Who's in charge of that committee? I know that Jerry Jones probably has a heavy hand in that committee. And so the question is, does Jerry Jones like you? If he does, you're probably going to be all right.
That's unbelievable.
If not, see ya.
Yeah. Well, we made
go take your $8 billion and go move to Europe. Daniel Snyder.
Yeah. I mean, look, Jerry Richardson and Daniel Snyder are two more recent owners that were essentially forced to sell. Mm-hmm. Now, the NFL didn't use their bylaws and constitution to remove them, where they need 24 owners to say, yes, we want to remove you. But I think in both cases, they knew they were going to be removed.
26 owners.
I was looking it up. It is 24. It's
24.
2/3. It's
so 75%.
75%. Yeah.
Not,
let me get the numbers
80%.
right. It's not 80%. It's 3/4 of owners based on the rules of the NFL Constitution. I'll read it to you real quick. The NFL Constitution and bylaws permit the commissioner to initiate and owners to approve a forced sale for serious violations. 24 of 32 owners, that's 3/4 majority, are required to remove an owner. The reasons for approval, and this is where I guess we could all debate it.
Of removal.
Right. Like reasons for doing this. Conduct detrimental to the welfare of the league or professional football, which can include financial misconduct, personal conduct, which is where this fits, or other actions harming the league's reputation.
Right.
The other warning is that a removed owner, let's say this all happened, and again, it has not happened in NFL history. Owners have decided to self-remove by selling the team. There is a belief that it would be challenged in court, and it could lead to a very long, expensive legal battle if it ever came to that.
Yeah, the last thing the NFL wants is to be in court.
Correct.
It's why the Brian Flores thing has yet to go to court. It's why the John Gruden thing has yet to be seen in front of a judge, even though I think there have been some rulings on some of those things, but it's likely never to see the inside of a courtroom.
But my counter to that would be if the owner knows they're going to be removed, they know the votes are there. Like Daniel Snyder knew, hey, if I push this any further, I can make this ugly. I can reveal all these secrets, but they're going to remove me. Screw it. Let me just sell my team. And I think that's what most people would do.
Right.
Like, I don't think this would ever happen in the case of Tisch, because if the NFL ever said, you know what, we don't feel comfortable with you owning a part of the Giants, and they went to him and said, I got the votes. I'm just letting you know. It'd be very similar to what happened in the mid-'70s when the Republicans went to Richard Nixon and said, look, it's over. Like, you can fight this, but I'm telling you, the votes are there. You're going to be removed. And Nixon eventually did what I think was the right decision, best for the country, where he said, all right, I'll resign. Richard Nixon, underrated. I'll leave it at that.
Because he knew when to leave?
Yeah. Some of his policies were not half bad.
Yeah,
Some of them were.
We all forget them.
I know. Also, do you know the other secret about Tricky Dick?
What?
Secret 86 Mets fan. Yeah, showed up at Shea Stadium all the time. You didn't know about this? Yeah.
Bigger Mets fan, Nixon or Cohen?
Probably Nixon.